the servant of sin. Jesus talks about this, John chapter 8, verse 34. And it says, whoever committeth sin becomes a servant of sin. You become a slave to it. And we know this from addiction. People who are addicted to whatever it may be, alcohol, drugs, all these things, they just seem to just grab a person and you just can't get rid of it. You can't stop it. And I've seen this struggle and known people who have died because they couldn't throw off the addiction because they became a servant to it. And that's why I say to myself, I said, there's just some things I just don't want to go there because I know my own flesh and I know how easily it is to fall prey to things. And so if there's something that you know appeals to you in such a way that you can be vulnerable to it, stay away from it. Flee from it. Don't allow yourself to be around it. Don't allow yourself to be influenced by it. Don't give place to the devil. To give him an opportunity to bring something into your sight or into your mind and allow it to expand to where a person becomes obsessed. And obsession is very much an ally of the enemy. If he can cause somebody to become obsessed with something that's not God, that's not spiritual, then he can pull that person in and cause that person to lose their way in the spiritual world. And in other words, it becomes more important than anything else, including God. And it's an awesome power that has to be broken. And it has to be broken in the spiritual world. And it has to be taken to a higher place. And this comes from committing ourselves to God, to the teachings of Jesus Christ, committing ourselves to the Word of God, and deep, deep, deep prayer and supplication before God. In other words, sin has to be broken. Temptation has to be broken. The obsession has to be broken. It can be done. It can be done in the spiritual world, but it's hard. And Jesus told us this when they brought the young man to him that was wanted to throw himself into the fire. He was possessed with the demonic. And the disciples couldn't cast that thing out. And Jesus cast it out. And they said, well, how could you do this when we couldn't do it? And Jesus said, some things only come out by prayer and fasting. Doing the hard thing to throw off the shackles of those things that want to bind us and take us away, steal our hearts away from the spiritual pursuits. That's what we really desire. If we've made that commitment to Christ, that's still there. But you're fighting a battle. Victory can be won, but only in the spiritual world. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.